This story started in a small cove where the Rappahannock River empties into the Chesapeake Bay. A group of fishermen discovered that their nets contained an abnormal number of dead fish, fish which had been apparently poisoned. To determine if the cove had become polluted, the dead fish were sent to the State Fish and Game Commission for examination. Analysis revealed that the fish had been poisoned by a chemical agent commonly resulting from the manufacture of certain types of illicit whiskey. In my role as Chief Enforcement Officer of the Alcohol and Tobacco Tax Division, Internal Revenue Service, I want to tell you about a rather unusual case. It involves a cleverly hidden still and a desperate gamble on the part of a resourceful and courageous Treasury investigator. This is Treasury File 7098, Alcohol and Tobacco Tax Division. The case of the still waters. Another report on poisoned fish from the State Fish and Game Commission, eh, Kirby?
Yes, sir. And except for the location of the coves where the fish were found, the findings are the same as in the two previous reports. The fish were killed from feeding on the residue of whiskey mash.
3 similar incidents in 3 weeks, and each one in a different location. The first here at Harborton. A week later, a small cove here near Dame's Quarter. Now this at South Point.
And not a sign of a still in any of the surrounding area. We've covered every square yard on foot, by boat, even from the air. And yet, according to the reports on the dead fish, it seems as if there are 3 stills operating in this general area.
Well, either that or one still being moved from place to place. Kirby, I was thinking of a boat. They could set up a complete still within the ship, easily enough. Cooking apparatus, power, vats, everything they need right on hand.
They have no trouble disposing of the mash or dissipating the fumes.
It seems to add up. The widely separated places where the dead fish were found. The fact you couldn't find any sign of a still on land. Yes, Kirby, the more I think of it, the more I'm convinced that somewhere on the bay is a ship that contains a still.
Look, Leo. Look out there. See that one roll? Oh, boy, if I only had my own fishing boat now. You know, I dropped me a net right here, and I bet you I'd pull in a whole ton of nice, fat rockfish.
You and that boat of yours, when are you gonna quit dreaming?
That ain't no dream. I'm gonna spend the rest of my life on an old tub like this that never goes no place except between Baltimore and Norfolk and a couple of 2-bit ports in between. Oh, sir. I'm gonna have my own fishing boat. All I need is another $1,500. I got it.
Sure, Georgie, sure. All I needed once was another 500. And it wasn't a fishing boat I wanted, it was... what's the difference? I never got the 500. I still ain't.
I got most of mine already.
Yeah?
As soon as I get the rest, I'm gonna get out of this racket. Then I'll be my own skipper. I'll run my own boat. Me, Georgie Summers. Skipper of a boat.
Hey, you, Summers, Olson! Olson, get out of that boiler room and hustle those guys up. How about that whiskey on deck ready to unload in an hour?
Right.
You, Summers. I thought I told you to stay down there and give them a hand pouring the stuff.
They weren't ready to pour yet. Skipper said it'd be a little while. So I just come up on deck for a little fresh air.
What about the vats? Are they cleaned out?
Oh, look, Skipper, how about somebody else doing that for a change? I've been working like a dog all day. That's the crummiest job on this ship. Look, I'm getting sick and tired of being shoved around all the time.
Look, you're talking to the captain of this ship, not some bum. Keep a respectful tongue in your head.
Oh, come on, let go, will you? We think you're an admiral or something?
Why, you miserable little punk. You think because we're working a racket together, you can flip your lip in your off time? Well, I'll slap some of it off you.
Stop it, Skipper, will you?
Okay, Summers. Now get below and give him a hand filling the barrels. When you finish that, you can start cleaning the vats. You got that?
Yeah, I got it.
Not yeah, Summers. Yes, sir. Come on, let me hear you say it. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That louse, that stinking, rotten louse.
Oh, forget it, kid. Roll with the punches. They don't hurt so much that way.
No, I'm going to get him for this. I swear I will.
Look, you want your own fishing boat, don't you? You want to be your own skipper, don't you? Well, you got it. You practically got the wheel in your hands. Just keep socking away the extra dough you get out of this racket, and she's made.
You think so, Leo?
Sure.
You really think I'll get to be my own skipper? I don't know. I've been dreaming about it for so long that I got a feeling that's the only way I'll ever make it. In a dream.
Hey, down there. Summers, you lazy no-good bum. What's holding you up? Get a move on with those barrels.
Yeah, I was just bringing this one up. Sir?
Investigator Kirby's search for a ship which may have dumped alcoholic mash into the coves where the dead fish were found began in the harbor master's office in Norfolk, Virginia. There, he obtained a list of 16 cargo boats which, according to their sailing schedules, normally operated in the vicinity of Dames Quarter, Harborton, and South Point. But only 7 of these had been in those waters when the dead fish were found. 5 of these 7 were too large and drew too much water to navigate these coves. And of the 2 remaining ships, one, a small bay vessel named the Nanticoke Star, seemed to offer a promising lead. Company records show that the Nanticoke Star had not only docked at Dames Quarter, Harborton, and South Point on the dates in question, but at each port had unloaded a cargo of molasses. Investigator Kirby decided that the facts warranted further investigation of the ship and its crew.
The Connecticut Star? It's the crummiest ship in the bay, pal. They work you till you're ready to drop, the food stinks, and the quarters are even worse.
That sounds like a couple I've been on.
We've been on nothing like this.
Well, if it's that bad, why do you stick with it? Can't you find yourself a better berth?
Can't find one that pays better. No, I'm saving up to buy me a fishing boat. I gotta stick.
Pays that good? How can an old scowl like that afford to pay so good?
Well, it's reasons.
Like what? Carrying special cargo or something? Dynamite?
What are you asking me all these questions for?
Nothing. Only, well, if there's some good dough floating around, I wouldn't mind getting next to some of it. You think I could get a job on board?
No.
Why not? Who's the skipper? Where can I find him?
Forget it, we're all full up.
Even so, you never
Look,
know.
I said forget it. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Hey, stick around and have another drink.
Yeah, some other time, later.
After Georgie Summers' curious reaction to his questions, Investigator Kirby proceeded to Pier 8 to observe the activity aboard the Nanticoke Star. He noticed that part of the cargo being loaded aboard the ship consisted of several large barrels of molasses. Seeing that the gangplank was unguarded and no one was looking his way, he went aboard.
Hey, you, what do you think you're doing?
I didn't see anybody around to ask permission, so I just came aboard.
What for? What do you want?
I wanted to see the skipper. You him?
Yeah. What are you doing aboard this ship?
I was looking for a job.
Just like that, huh? How long you been aboard here before I found you?
Just a few minutes. Look, I didn't swipe nothing, if that's what you think. Honest, skipper, I just came aboard looking for a job. If you got one, okay. If you ain't, well, I'll be moving along.
Just a minute. Maybe I could use another deckhand.
Look, skipper.
Shut up. All right? You want a job, you got one. Deckhand.
That's great, skipper. I'll just speed you back to my room and pick up my gear. I'll be back here in an hour.
You won't have time, pal. We're shoving off in 5 minutes.
Well, what about my gear?
The other boys will fix you up. Now go on up the forward hatch and give him a hand with the cargo.
Skipper.
Go on, get going.
Look, Skipper, what are you doing giving that guy a job? How do you know who he is or what he is?
I don't. But until I find out for sure, he ain't getting off this ship. Trapped by his own alibi for coming aboard the Nanticoke Star, Investigator Kirby spent the next 6 days working as a deckhand aboard the ship. Every move he made was watched by the captain and the mate. He was denied access to every part of the ship except the crew's quarters and the areas where he was assigned to work. Unable to get below deck to confirm his belief that a still was hidden aboard, Kirby became friendly with Georgie in an attempt to get further information about the setup aboard the Nanticoke Star.
Oh, hi. You.
Still working on the model, huh?
Yeah. I'm gonna have me one like this someday. Be my own boss, run my own ship. Just wait and see. Then maybe somebody will take orders from me.
That's so important? Giving orders?
No, not exactly. It's just not having to take them that's important.
Yeah, with a skipper like you got here, I don't blame you. See, how come we laid over in that coal boulder yesterday?
The skipper tell you? Fuel tank sprang a leak. I heaved to and welded.
Now, Georgie, you don't expect me to believe that. I kind of thought we were getting to be friends.
That's why you gotta believe it. Skipper don't trust you as it is. You better watch your step.
Why? What does he don't want me to find out? You making whiskey on here or something?
What gave you that idea?
That's what it smelled like. I know something about making the stuff, and it smelled just like waste mash they were putting overboard.
Look, you want to get your head kicked in?
Oh, why? We got a still on here. Is that the reason they won't let me down below in the boiler room and the after hold?
Look, Kirby, you're an all right kind of guy. I like you. But you ask too many questions for your own good. Skipper ever catch you nosing into his business, you'd go over the side.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Skipper's got a nice little racket for himself. The company don't know about it. He pays you guys good to keep your mouth shut. That's why you put up with him.
Look, honest, Kirby, you better watch what... Watch it.
Chewing the fat again, huh? That's all you swabs ever do. I thought I told you to stay away from this guy, let him do his work.
We were only doing a little talking.
I don't want you to talk, I want you to do some work. Now quit fooling around with toys and lend a hand with the cargo. We're gonna dock in about 20 minutes, and I want that molasses unloaded on schedule. Go on, get going.
He's going as fast as he can, Skipper.
You keep out of this. You mind your own business on this ship, Kirby.
Yes, sir.
Then you can lend a hand with the cargo, too. Gotta be off that dock by high tide.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Don't mention it.
There you are, Island. 26 barrels.
Yeah, I'm counting. It ain't that I don't trust you, you know. I only make out 23.
Oh, it's still unloading. What about next week? You gonna want some more?
Why not? Stuff's good, price is right.
Okay, come on up the ship. You can pay me for this batch, and we'll make arrangements for next week.
Yeah. Who's that guy?
That's the guy who works for me. Why?
I don't know. I just thought for a minute I seen him someplace before. There you are, Sturgis. All square.
Yeah. This kind of a deal I could make every day and not lose no sleep over it. What about next week?
Why not? Same number of barrels?
Sure, I'll give you a call, let you know where you can get delivery.
Right.
That's it, boy. I'll see you next week.
You know, can't help thinking I seen this guy someplace before.
What guy?
Your guy, the guy out in the dock, the guy I was talking about. Hey, wait a minute. Snuffy Calhoun.
Calhoun? Nah, this guy's name is Kirby, something like that.
No, not him. Snuffy was a guy I used to work with back in '48. Feds raided his still, sent him up for 12 years. There was a guy, a team man, testified against him, helped send him up. This guy of yours, he's a dead ringer for him.
You mean this guy Kirby's a T-man?
I don't know. Sure looks like the guy who nabbed Snuffy.
If you got a good look at him, could you tell for sure?
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I think I could.
Olsen! Olsen, get Kirby. Bring him up to the wheelhouse. On the double.
No, sir, I can't talk long. They'll miss me. I'll have to give it as fast.
Uh-huh. And you're sure those molasses barrels you've been taking off contain whiskey?
Positive, Chief. I tapped one up for a sample just before we docked. They're using molasses to make the mash and distilling it right on the ship. Probably in the boiler room.
Well, now, look, Kirby, it may not be safe for you to return on board ship. If Island recognized you, there could be serious trouble. All right, if you feel that you're... Kirby, what's wrong?
Oh, now, look, baby, don't give me a hard time. I'm going to be back in Norfolk tomorrow night, and I want to see you. Yeah, look, I got to go. Okay, you got a date? You got a date. Dames.
Come on, Skipper wants to see you.
Well, is it him or ain't it?
I don't know. It's been 6, 7 years. Same built, same kind of hair.
I ain't no treasury man. I've
Shut
been
up,
trying...
Kirby. What's the answer, Islam?
I can't be sure. All I know is I've seen this guy somewhere before. The question is, where?
I told you where, when I was working for Gotch Burnham. Or maybe it was Joe Sebring down in Norfolk.
Maybe. Still don't ring no bells.
Who are these guys, Burnham and Sebring?
A couple of guys used to make alky for me.
You been mixed up in the racket before, Kirby?
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
I thought you said you was a sailor.
I've been a sailor, too, but I couldn't make a connection in the racket, so I had to get a job on a boat. I mean, a guy's got to eat.
Look, you say you used to work for Gotch Burnham. When?
48 to 50. We got nabbed in a raid. I did 2 years in stir with him.
That's right. He did get sent up about that time. What about Sebring?
I worked for him the year before. He got sick and couldn't operate no more, so I left him and went with Gotch. I hear he died last year.
Well, you tell a straight story. I'll give you that.
Why shouldn't I work with the guys?
Okay, we'll see about that right away. Keep your eye on him until I get back, will you, Sturgis?
Yeah.
I won't be long.
Hello, Benny. I just heard from Kirby. I think he's in trouble. Well, there's nothing definite yet, but to be on the safe side, rush some men to Crisfield to go aboard the Nanticoke Star and arrest everybody. And request the Coast Guard to be ready to intercept it if it sails before our men get there.
Look, Skipper, let me go back to work, will you?
Settle down, Kirby. You make me nervous.
The only 2 guys he could check with are either dead or in jail.
That's what you think, Kirby. This guy's a bad boy, Mike. He works for the Treasury Department.
What are you talking about?
Gotch told me different.
Gotch is in jail.
But no, he ain't. He got out 2 weeks ago. I just talked to him on the phone. He says he never heard of you.
Why, you...
Hey, they're coming from the wheelhouse. Skipper.
That's enough, Olson. Put her on a heading of 219. We're rounding Cape Charles in a half an hour. We can head for the open sea.
Skipper, you ain't really gonna dump him over the side, are you?
What do you think I'm gonna do? Let him go? Let him put us all in jail? You feel like doing a stretch, Georgie?
No, but I don't feel like killing him, man, either.
What else is there to do? Either we give it to him or he gives it to us. I said we give it to him.
But look, Skipper.
And what I said goes. What's your course?
217, coming up on 18.
I didn't want this. All I wanted was a boat, a crummy little boat that I could run myself. But you don't kill a man for a boat. Something big, yeah. I can see killing a man for something big. But not for a crummy little boat.
Why don't you shut up about that boat? I'm sick of hearing about it.
Well, I'll never get it now.
Sturgis.
Quiet, you. You're gonna get what's coming to you.
And you, do you think you're gonna get away with this? You're only making it tougher for yourself.
He's right, Skipper. It isn't only you in this. It's Leo and me and the rest of the gang. You kill him and we'll all hang for it.
They gotta catch us first.
They'll catch you, Sturgis. I'll bet they're after you right now.
Don't give me that stuff. You're the only Treasury guy who knows what's been going on aboard this ship. And you ain't gonna be around to tell anybody.
That's where you're wrong. I've already told somebody. I called my office. They know all about it.
Yeah? You think I'm gonna fall for that?
Hey, he did make a phone call, Skipper, from the dock. He was talking on the phone when you sent me to get him.
What? Why didn't you tell me?
Well, he told me he was talking to his girl.
I was talking to Washington. They know I'm on board, and they're gonna pick you up.
We'll see about that. Leo, signal the engine room. Tell them I want every pound of pressure you can get. I don't care if you blow this old tub sky high. I want some speed.
You'll never make it, Sturgis. The Coast Guard patrols these waters.
He's right. We haven't got a chance. They'll outrun us.
Maybe they will and maybe they won't. All I know is they're not going to get me without a fight. That's something nobody ever done in my whole life.
Some things ain't worth fighting for, Skipper.
That's not the way I figured, Leo. This boat is mine. Mine. She's just a dirty, rotten old tub, and she's junk like me. But I ain't giving her up.
You can't help yourself, Sturgis.
Can I? Get him out on the deck and over to the rail.
Skipper.
Go on, get him out.
No, I won't do it.
What?
Stay back, Skipper. Stay back or I'll shoot. I mean it. It's all over. I ain't gonna take orders from you no more.
Put that down.
No. What I want is gone. I ain't got no chance no more. What did I do? What did I do?
Get me loose, Georgie. Get me loose. Come on.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to kill him.
He ain't dead. We'll get him ashore. Maybe some doc can fix him up.
But hang on to that wheel, Georgie. Cut her back for Norfolk.
You mean you want me to take her in?
You wanted to be the skipper of a ship, didn't you? Well, this may be your last chance.
Skipper of a boat.
Although critically wounded, Captain Sturgis lived to stand trial with Georgie Summers, Leo Olson, and the other members of the crew of the Nanticoke Star. Max Islin, the bootlegger, was later apprehended and brought to justice with the others. Georgie Summers, who was responsible for saving Investigator Kirby's life and who subsequently testified for the government, was given a shorter sentence. The others are all serving long terms in the federal penitentiary.